Hey, Kiri. Hey, okay. It's the best is going to be what it's going to be, friends. It's on the wrong hand. Me puts on a little bit of jewelry for vibes. Okay, so first, I hope the sound is right. Jeez. Heavenly Farah. Heavenly Farah. Okay. I put on an Ellis band. Ow. Because I feel like an Ellis band legitimizes the mess that is my hair. And earrings. And don't judge. So this nail fell off. I'm doing a foray into stick on nails. This one fell off and it's been fighting me. I've tried everything, guys. I'm not even swearing at you, I promise. It's like every other nail has been like, I'm on the team. How you stick me is how I'm gonna stay. It's this one middle finger. I think it's because I'm lacking vitamins or something, because that's the vitamin nail. I think, or like, when you have the black thing, it signals vitamins or something. All I know, I'm actually very much feeling this Alice band. Why do I not wear it more? It's adorable. My word. Missed opportunity. Truly. This is cute. Ooh, guys. Anyway. Sup. Homies. Friends. People of the world. Joining hands. Alright, everyone. So, I promised more video episodes and life happened. I am actually doing much better than the last time I posted. I was going through it. I was just like, I don't have time, energy, nor capacity for the creative exploits of the choices I made to create content. But I think also this podcast has just been a running commentary on like what it's like to be like, I have a desire to do something, but I also have a full-on life I need to maintain at the same time. Anyway, so that being said, I'm not sure if I've already expressed it. I think I have in the book episode. Yeah, I think I expressed it in the book episode that I'm like, video content is a lot. It's difficult. It's not a joke. Especially when you want to like review and watch something. So, yeah. That being said, this episode, I am going to start what I think I'd already seeded. That's not going to work. My couch is smaller now. It's a better couch, but it's a smaller couch. And now I'm like, I want to cross my legs, but I can't. Because it's a smaller couch. Guys. But even then, even a skinny person could have crossed their legs. Because like, it's all wooden and stuff. It's a business couch. But it's a good couch. Anyway. Let's start. Okay, so this is a potential podcast with Tracy Lee. Welcome. I'm not going to tell you this is episode whatever of whatever, if you count the trailer or not, simply just because of the fact that I don't have that information at hand at the moment. It's somewhere between 39 and 41, I think. But I got a random burst of energy and desire to produce this episode. So we're here. And yeah, so anyway, I had already seeded this at some point, I think. It's possible that it's in one of my failed attempts at this recording. I'm not just not recording, guys. I actually am. I'm just overthinking the posting and the editing. Henceforth, why it's not posted. And I post 12 minutes of me just being like, I'm going through it. So, I should probably practice more of that, and stuff. Anyway, so, the series I actually wanted to start is a little thing that takes me back to something I used to love, and I got sparked by this idea because I was just scrolling through my Netflix once upon a time, and Well, yeah, I think it was a couple months ago, like a month or 2 or 3 ago. And I realized that something really strange that's happening is my Korean Netflix, which I think I've complained on the podcast about before, but I'm not, if I haven't, let me just take a second. So the thing about my Netflix is it adapted because of my location, right? So the content adapted. The one issue is, as a result, I cannot watch Korean content because it doesn't have subtitles. Isn't that fun? People be like, yeah, move to Korea so you can watch the content. One problem. If you don't speak Korean, no you can't. So yeah, it was a thing. That was a delightful little, a little something that happened. So as a result, I've just been spending time watching other content. Like, I'm just like, all the things I really, really want to watch are only Korean with Korean subtitles. And I'm like, so Netflix, what exactly do you want me to do here? The thing that is interesting though is Netflix has been pumping up the jam, pumping it great with like other things. And one of those things is Bollywood movies. Like, I have access to good Bollywood movies, bruh. My Netflix is jam-packed with the good Bollywood, like the good Bollywood, the classics all the way to the currents. And I was like, okay. Now, no one on this pod should know this. I, as a young gal in my teens, was obsessed with Bollywood movies growing up. Well, not growing up, when I was a teenager. I was so into it, dude. Like, they were kind of my thing. Like, I was in there like flippin' swimwear, bro. I watched the movies, I knew the actors, I knew the whole like intricate world, because Bollywood is a very like, it's a closed space. It's very much about the people. Like, it's a family business, but like, you can join the family, but you also have to go through the ranks. Like, it's a whole thing, which is part of the reason I enjoyed it, because like, there's a hierarchy, you know what I'm saying? But I guess maybe that also has to do with the fact that like, India historically has had a caste system. All I know is there's a system in Bollywood. Like, there's the royalty, like people who've been doing this for like an age, and then there's the people who just arrived, but like also the approval of the newbies goes through the oldies. Like, it's a whole thing, bruh. Bollywood is actually very interesting and very intricate in terms of like just the culture and how it all comes together. The film business itself is very like, it's quite cool. And I knew a lot about it just simply because I was an obsessed teenager and I felt like being obsessed with something. I think what attracted me to Bollywood the first time around was, what was it actually? I think I watched like a Bollywood movie on like a random Saturday afternoon, and I was like, I'm in, this is nice. And I think honestly, that was probably my first foray into foreign content. Like, content with like subtitled content, because I think that was the first time I was like, oh, something in a different language can be quite enjoyable. But yeah, and I even remember the first movie I ever watched was, it's actually quite sad now that I think about it. You, Me, or I might be saying that wrong. I used to be able to pronounce these things. I cannot anymore. Anyway, so I watched that movie and I was like, dang. And it's a movie with actually they're a married couple, which I learned later on, with Kajol and what is his name, it was right there, the man she's married to. He's a very great actor. I forgot his name because it's been a while. Hold on, let's look it up. Oh, here's my phone. Okay, the man Kajol is married to is Ajay Devgan. I remembered it without looking it up. Doubtaz. Yeah, Ajay Devgan. Ajay? Yo, that too. Kajol's husband. Ajay Devgan. Actually, not Devgan, because there's no A there. Because it's just a G and an N. But it was Ajay. I was right. Yeah. Still remember Remember things, me. Anyway, so yes, and it was a movie they did together. I didn't at the time know that they were a married couple. All I know is that movie was nice. I was like, oh, the drama, the suspense, the what-whats and the what-whats. So now the curious thing about Bollywood movies, or actually, for those who've never experienced Bollywood movies, you have to know a couple things. First, they are long. At the time, I was a kid with time on my hands, so didn't bother me, no sweat off of my back, or skin off of my back, whatever the saying is. I was like, oh, what is? Let's go. I was gonna spend hours watching Cartoon Network anyway, let's watch this thing, whatever it is. So that wasn't a problem, but they are long, and they're musical. Oh, are they musical? The thing is, I don't even think that got me, which is crazy. But one thing that I will say is the musical element. The thing I also love about Bollywood is the fact that it's not just a movie, it's an experience. Because those same songs are popular songs on the radio. Because Baby Girl was in it, guys. I was going as far as listening to Lotus FM. For those who don't know what Lotus FM is, it is a local radio station in South Africa that plays Bollywood music and generally just celebrates Indian culture, as well as South African Indian culture, as well as international Indian culture, I think. Yeah, but so, and they have like a countdown on Saturdays. Hey, I was there, brother. That's how I found my hits. Hey, there's one song that got me, bruh. And the funny thing is I never watched the movie. But when I say there was this one song, it was called Excuse Me, Mr. Kandasamy. Hey, that song banged. To this day, I have no idea what they were saying in half these songs. Except obviously the ones where I watch the movies, because when you watch the movies, there's subtitles to the songs. So like, you know what they're saying. But like, some of the ones I loved, the songs I loved, couldn't tell you what they were saying. Because I didn't watch the movies, because I didn't watch a lot of, I think they were the South Indian movies. Because like the movies in... let's see how much of my knowledge is still in my brain. The movies that were made not in Hindi, but made in the other languages like Malayalam and Urdu and Tamil. Oh, it's all coming back. Yeah, those languages. As I said, guys, I'm just making a comeback, and this is me going fresh off of my brain. The only thing that I prepared to come onto this mic today was the script I wrote for the movie we're about to talk about. But everything else I'm pulling from the annals, so I'm pre-apologizing for anything I may have missed or missaid. But yeah, I didn't watch any of those movies. But when I say, excuse me, Mr. Kandasamy, that song banged. Oh, that song banged. That song was our vibe. Banged. Banged. I know a banger when I know a banger and a banger. But also, generally, as a person, I've realized that, like, generally when I consume foreign music, I don't bother myself with learning what the song is saying. Could be a problem. Should be addressed. Hasn't hurt me yet, so... Also, I did the same thing with K-pop, because some of my most, like, literally my favorite K-pop song could not tell you what they are saying. I know it's called What If. Favorite K-pop song. Literally, if someone asked me, I know I could sing it phonetically for days, brother. Don't ask me what they say. I don't know. Because in my head, I told myself, like, I think, yeah, with the songs, obviously, I watched the movie, so it was fine, whatever it is. But with K-pop, I figured I'm gonna learn Korean anyway, so I'm not gonna cheat. I'm just gonna learn, and then I'll understand the songs on my own. Ask me how my Korean journey is going. It's actually not going too badly, actually. My Korean listening has gotten really good. But that's just simply because of the fact that I interact with, like, 90% Korean people on my day-to-day, and, like, probably... not even 90. What am I saying? 95 day-to-day. What am I saying? 98.5. That's my life. type of vibe, and everybody's always speaking Korean around me, so it's just a thing where like you listen long enough, you start catching what's being said. Also, I've never really struggled with Korean vocabulary as much. I think my biggest thing has always been sentence structure, because that's what usually throws me, is when people put words in an order that I don't understand. It's the grammar that throws me. Anyway, this is not where this was going, but we're having this conversation anyway because we're here. And I look pretty. And I feel like talking. So anyway, that being said, yeah, so I was obsessed with Bollywood, and I saw these movies pop up on my Netflix, and I was like, what if I watched these and told people about them? Hey? What about that? Hey? Let's watch Bollywood movies and tell people about them. Because why not? Also, I'll be saving you 3 hours. Well, I'm on a waffle for at least an hour, so I'll be saving you 2. That's a deal. That's a deal. Of 3, I'm saving you 2. Granted, newer Bollywood movies, from what I've gathered looking at the runtimes, have become shorter, but I'm like, is it a Bollywood movie? If it's under 2, has it got that, you know what I'm saying, has it got the thing, you know, has it got the yum yum that makes it a Bollywood movie? So that being said, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so far I'm feeling the vibe of this, and I'm enjoying talking about it, so this is quite exciting. What else did I write down I wanted to mention? Oh, another thing is, I think another reason I enjoyed the Bollywood movies is I've always had a thing for my like my what's the thing, arranged marriage trope thing. Like it's always been a thing in my brain. Like when I say, and I spoke to you guys about it when I was talking about the books, the arranged marriage trope like lives in my brain rent free. I think I've done an episode on it. So Bollywood does it so beautifully. I've watched Indian TV dramas based on this and like been locked in for however many episodes, like Bold and the Beautiful style. Granted, they run a little bit shorter than Bold and the Beautiful because those things run forever, but like it runs for like, I think maybe 6 months or something like that, and I'm there with them watching, asking the questions of the auntie and the mother-in-law and all of those things. I'm there because I'm like, and then what happened? So yeah, guys, when I say I was heavy into Indian culture for a period in my life, I was in it. So I listened to Lotus FM. I read, what was that? What was the magazine? I forgot the name of the magazine. But it was a gossip magazine that like updates you on what's going on with Bollywood and the comings and goings and what. Oh, SA India. Ooh, that was my mag, but I was in there. I knew the stories. I knew who was dating who and who wasn't able to work with who because they're technically cousins, because Bollywood is very like I said, it's a family business with like newbies. But mostly it's a family business type of vibe. If your mom was a Bollywood actress, chances are you'll be a Bollywood actress if you want it. We can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Nepo, but make it cute. Anyway, so yeah, also I needed an obsession. Yeah, because, you know, every teenager does. I think I went through a High School Musical phase, but I don't know where Bollywood and High School Musical overlapped, if I'm honest with you. I can't remember which one came first, but and yeah, okay, so that's what I needed to mention from that perspective. We are already running at 20 minutes in, but I do need to just intro. That's what we're going to be doing here. I decided obviously to start with the GOAT. I mean, there are a lot of GOATed Bollywood movies. I do also want to mention that I am also starting from a period that I feel like I started watching Bollywood movies. Like, I'm gonna go from familiar to unfamiliar. So I'm going to go to movies that I actually have watched, or movies that were in a period where I was familiar with what was going on in Bollywood as a business at the time. And as I get more comfortable, then I'll start watching new things. Just simply because of the fact that this is more like a nostalgia trip. And I just want to, I want to go back to what was nice. And then, once I'm in it, then we can start watching some of the newer stuff. Also, just the thing is, I'm in a place, you guys already heard how I'm going through it. And comfort is where we're at. I need to watch things I know I'm going to like, because nobody got time to sit and watch something you don't like. You get me? You get me? It's happened to me too many times, guys, and it hurts my feelings. Oh, it hurts my feelings. Anyway, so that being said, guess what we're watching first? Well, watched first, because I already watched this. I decided I'm going to pre-watch the movies and then, tell you about them. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. Tell you about them. We're going to do a little bit... this is going to be a little bit chunky because I kind of pre-did a whole script for this to see how it would work. If there are a little, like some jump cuts, it's just because of the fact that I had to chop stuff out because I didn't want to waffle. But yeah, so the first movie we watched is a little thing we call DDLJ. The GOAT. So DDLJ, I do need to pronounce it properly because I used to be able to say these words, but shh. Oh, I actually made, okay, so it's Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. Yeah, Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. Okay, I used to be able to say these things. Not anymore. I even made ChatGPT write me a pronunciation. Literally, it says it's like Dil, like you would say deal, so with a shorter E sound, so Dil. Dilwale. 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 Dilwale feels more natural than Dilwale. Because it, anyway, whatever. Dilwale Dulhania. Dul, like bull. Han, like fun. Ia, like iya. Le. Le Jayenge. Anyway, cool. So I decided to watch DDLJ, the GOAT. So if you know anything about Bollywood movies, you will know about DDLJ. It's actually one of the first movies to really hit the international market very hard. Like, people were like in it with this movie. Okay, it stars two very goated and important actors in the world of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol. I mentioned Kajol earlier. She was in the first movie I ever watched. Now, that was another thing that I also really enjoyed about Kajol, especially from that first movie, is the fact that I was like, she's beautiful, don't get me twisted, but like she's not like, wow, do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not standard pretty. Like, she can play like an average girly, but she can also play a hot, and I'm here for it. Anyway, so it has, those are the two main actors. The genre is romantic, drama, musical, comedy. It runs for 3 hours and 1 minute, which is 181 minutes. It was released in 1995. I was 4 years old when it was released, interestingly enough. Yeah, I was 4 years old. I would have just turned 4 because it was released on the 20th of October. Yeah. Interestingly. Oh, also the name, Dilwale, Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. I'm gonna practice and get back to it, guys. Translates to the brave-hearted will take the bride. The more you know. Anyway, so yes, it's a classic Bollywood movie. It is the classic. It's the girl. It's the goat. It's the one. If someone talks to you about Bollywood, that's the one they're gonna talk about. So the script is actually in a couple different sections. Yeah, I'm telling you about behind the mic and how the sausage is made. I've got Bollywood memory lane, story overview, character breakdowns. What else? Songs and music, which is an important one. And then there's some stuff I want to do at the end that kind of feeds into just knowing things about the movie. So, first things first, talking about memory lane. So one of the things we are going to be doing is we're going to talk about, have I watched this movie, yes or no? Yes, I have watched this movie before. I think I was 17 or 18 when I watched it. I think I was late to the Bollywood game on watching this movie. Ironically, I actually watched whatever was hot at the time. One of my favorite Bollywood movies is Doom 2. Not 1. 2. But it's because I was obsessed with Hrithik Roshan at the time. Oh, that man. I was also a teenager, guys. I had hormones. Oh, you don't just put a fine ass man in front of me and expect me not to respond. Anyway, let's focus. Okay, what did I remember before rewatching the movie? The only thing I did remember was the fact that it was Kajol and SRK, Shah Rukh Khan. That's it, if I'm honest. I couldn't remember anything else. My teenage opinion of the movie, I mean, going back, it's been, actually, I am exactly the same amount of years away from being that age as I was that age. I say all of that to say I'm 35. I don't know what I was trying to say. That was very meta. But you know what I mean. So anyway, my teenage opinion of the movie, I think I liked it. But granted, at the time I was a teenager, which means that I probably really more just enjoyed like the fast-paced early 2000s, like, you know, you know. So I don't think I appreciated it as much when I was a teenager. I don't think. I can't remember, guys. I'm trying to dig these things up as I go. Which scenes did I remember the most, if I'm honest with you? Scenes, shaky. Songs, I did not realize I remembered until I rewatched the movie now for this purpose. But scenes, couldn't tell you. Anyway, and we'll get to how I know that. Was it as good as I remembered now that I've rewatched it? I mean, if I'm honest, guys, when I watched it, first thoughts and first impressions, which is I guess the next question, because I'm interviewing myself through this review, I honestly watched it and I was like, did I watch this movie? Have you ever just been like, did I watch that? And then I was awkward because I already said I'm reviewing it and I'm talking about memories. When I say, guys, I watched this movie and I was like, okay. Oh. But anyway, it's fine. I guess, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. Whatever. But, yeah, guys. It was awkward. Yeah. Because legit, I was just like, what hooked me about the movie immediately, honestly, more curiosity. Like, I was like, and then what happens? But like I said, I really had that, like, reaction. I was like, did I watch the dog? I don't remember. What stood out first, I'm not gonna lie to you, the first thing that stood out was the London of it all, because, like, the beginning of the movie is, like, pretty much just Simran, which is Kajol's character's dad, like doing a whole speech in London and speaking about being of London or not being of London, and that goes into the next song, which, I mean, the first song, I think, yeah, which like also like does a comparison between London and Punjab, which is also gorgeous. Like, it's also very beautiful type of vibe. I think that was the starkness of it. Okay, story overview. So the movie, in a quick summary, in case you are done and you're tired of hearing about me and you just want to know what this movie is about so that you can go and watch it for yourself. This is the story. The story is about Simran and what is his name? Raj. Anyway, so Simran is Kajol's character. Raj is Shahruk's character. Now, obviously, this is a story about their love story, but it is a long movie. So the thing about Bollywood movies is they do kind of play out in two-part play energies. To the point where actually, I'm not sure if you can see it in the movies now that they're uploaded, but like there was a time when they actually did like put a little bit in there for like intermission. But anyway, because they play out that way, there's two storylines that are playing out here. So you learn about Simran. She is from a very traditional Punjabi family. They are living in London. She was raised in London, as well as her little sister, who's a little bit sassy. Not important. Sorry, I'm trying to do this fast. Anyway, she was raised in London. Her parents and her family is quite traditional. Her father longs to go back to go back to Punjab, and he's like, when the time comes together, that's what we're gonna do. Then on the other hand, you have Raj, who was raised in London. His dad took to it like a fish to water. He was like, we are London, baby, and they're very wealthy. Very wealthy. Also, Raj is there, just, rugby boying, whatever it is. Being free, just a joker, a young man, being a young man. Anyway, so Raj and Simran go on a trip. Simran's dad gets a call from his homie there in Punjab that says, yo, dog, my son is of age. Let's get those kids married like we promised back in the days, because that be happening. And then on Raj's side, he just graduated by the skin of his chinny chin chin chin. Really, truly, just by the skin of his chinny chin chin. So him and his friends are going on this Euro tour. And on Simran's side, remember, this is all happening in parallel. On Simran's side, she now hears from her dad that, yo, you're arranged. You need to get married to this man because I made a promise and we keep our word here in my family. And she's like, but dad, I haven't even lived. I haven't even breathed nice air to be free, to be a girl. Please give me a chance. Let me go on my Euro tour with my friends just to pillar life, and then I will marry this man. No questions asked. I will be in. And her dad, after convincing and stuff like that, says yes. And that is how they end up on the same Euro tour. And then it's this like antics and fun things and blah, 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 which pretty much just ends up in Raj and Simran ending up abandoned together in, I think it's a Swiss town, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Switzerland, Germany, wherever they got the bells, because the bell is a thing. Yeah, so they end up together, and then they have to journey back to getting back on the tour because they missed the train. And yeah, then they fall in love in the process of that happening. And as they're falling in love, they make their way all the way back to the train. And then when they make their way all the way back to the train, because the love story pretty much plays out with them being away from the tour. And then they get back on the tour. And then it just kind of feels like it never happened vibes. And they go back to their lives, so to speak. And then the second part of the movie is pretty much how one, they realize they love each other, and then it's how now Raj is trying to win her. Well, actually, then obviously Simran goes overseas and says, sure, I'll marry the man, whatever, job, easy. Well, she's upset, but she says yes. And then her family is like, we're going to Punjab. Actually, no, wait. I think her dad finds out about Raj, and he's like, I told you were going to do something that would shame us as a family if I sent you on this trip. We're going to India tomorrow. And then they all just moved to India. Because, dad already said he wanted to go back to Punjab, so then he goes back to Punjab. And then Raj finds out that she left, and then he goes to Punjab. And, also another little side story that's very important is the fact that Raj has had interactions with Simran's dad before. Because Simran's dad was a shop owner. And Raj came in and was very disrespectful and very modern Indian boy, disrespect to him. So they have an experience where they remember each other. And then now we discover, Raj doesn't know, Simran doesn't know, but then obviously Raj comes to Punjab to come and win his girl. Jiggy Jiggy Kante, it's the man you disrespected. So it's pretty much the storyline of how Raj is working very, very hard for people to accept him and, for him to eventually win the girl. Type vibe, and the antics and everything that goes together to getting to that point. I don't know how long that summary was, but that's pretty much it. Also, it's a Bollywood movie, it's a romance movie, it's a musical. There's a happy ending. But there's so much more. But that's the story. If that's all you needed, you got what you needed. Hey, you got what you needed. Thank you for watching. I adore you. Click like and subscribe or whatever the people do. Okay. Now, we're going to jump into my opinions and things. Okay? So, if you want to stick around for that, just for gabs, go ahead. This can be the background noise. But that's what the movie's about if you want to watch it. Okay? Cool. Now, let's move on. Was the story easy to follow? Yes, it was. What was the strongest part of the plot? The cultural references. I will say that, like, yeah, just it was gorgeously like woven as a storyline. Like, and it's said that this is I think people have said that like this is one of the standard. It's kind of like if you're into K-dramas, it's kind of like watching Goblin. Do you get me? Like it's one of those. Actually, no, it's not like watching Goblin. Yes, it is kind of like watching Goblin. Anyway, but like it's one of those like movies that people suggest when they like watch a K-drama, because it also won like international awards as far as I remember. I think there's some fun facts later on. I'll tell you. Anyway, strongest part of the plot, yeah, was that. What was the weakest part? How they're, yeah, like, I didn't like the fact that they were going to end up together when they keep playing in people's faces. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy the, like, in front, like, they were gallivanting with each other a lot in the movie, especially in the second part, in part 2 after the intermission. I was like, y'all are playing in these people's faces, hey. I don't know how this is going to end up the way it's supposed to end up, because I think that was what it was. I was frustrated because I'm like, how's this gonna work? Anyway, it worked out obviously because did the pacing work? Yes, actually it really did. Were there any unnecessary scenes? Yeah, I think some of the songs felt a little longer than they needed to be, TBH. That's just me. Did the movie satisfy me? Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, it was nice. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's one of my favorites, if I'm honest, but as I've said, I enjoyed, I think, the early 2000s, late 90s style movies, but that was just, that's my type, that's my thing. That's my type in all content, especially foreign content, I've realized. Like, it's a time that connects with me because it's when I was a teenager, I think. And that's just the time that I connect with in general, you know? Standout moments. Most emotional scene. The reunion between... Oh, yes, Simran's dad and his mom. It's so beautiful. No, Simran's dad and his mother, Simran's grandmother. Because he's been gone this whole time. I was like... That was beautiful, bro. Funniest scene. Oh, wait. Also, there was another one I pointed out. When... Oh, yes. Another emotional scene. Was when Simran's mom explains just how much she gave up for the life she is living. And, like, she talks about how, like... When she talks about all the things she gave up for the males in her life, like explaining how she was put on the back burner for her brother and stuff, like, I was like, damn, guys, there's some real nuance in this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, there's some real nuance. It's just fella that like there's some very silly moments. Like, I'm just like, there are real points where, like, when you're watching a Bollywood movie, there are moments where you're just sitting there and you're like, guys, was it? You know, like, you're like, I love it, but was it? That being said, was it necessary? We just don't finish it because I'm a cool kid and I make things up. Anyway, okay. Funniest scene, honestly, watching Preeti's crush. Now, Preeti is Simran's betrothed. His little sister. She has a crush on Raj during the course of the course of part 2, because Raj comes and you'll understand a little bit later why that is a thing. But yeah, that's the funniest scene. Most romantic scene, Simran's description of the man in her dreams. baby girl wrote some things. I mean, obviously it comes with a song, but like it's very like breathtaking. I was like, dang, girl. Ironically, it's not even a scene where Raj was even around. Granted, it was intercut with visions of him, but she didn't know him. Remember, like I said, there was a lot of parallel living before they met on this Euro tour, which is, ironic because like they live in the same country, but then they meet in another country. Let's see. Scene I would rewatch immediately. I crossed out because there isn't one. Okay, story score. So out of 10, I would give it a 7. As I mentioned, there's movies I've enjoyed more. That's just me telling the truth, okay? If I'm honest. So yeah, that's story review for those who just need to know the facts and the things that to look out for and like the reasons to watch. I honestly do think it's definitely worth a watch, and I think it's a beautiful movie. As I said, it's just a preference thing that I would give it a 7 as opposed to the ratings that others would probably give it maybe a little bit higher. But I think a lot of people generally give it a higher rating just simply because of the fact that they have emotional connections with the movie. A lot of people have emotional connections with the movie because they watched it at a time. I watched it late, and I'd already experienced so much other like Indian cinema before watching this movie. So I think because of where it was placed in my like watching journey, I don't think it had the veneration that I think a lot of people would put on it. I have a lot of friends who love this movie. But yeah, I'm like, it's fine. It's nice. It's nice. It's a good movie. But yeah. Okay. So now we're going to get into some nitty gritties. Okay, so character breakdown. So as I've already told you guys, the main characters are Shah Rukh Khan as Raj Malhotra. He is a wealthy, carefree British Indian NRI, non-resident Indian, who falls in love with Simran. Duh. Okay, so his role in the story is literally that. Did I like him? Shaky, if I'm honest. Most memorable moment, his soliloquies. Hey, this man could soliloquy. For those who don't know what a soliloquy is, it's a speech where someone just talks by themselves. It's one of my favorite words I learned in high school English is soliloquy, because I love a good soliloquy. Like, this is a little bit off topic, but you know who does a good soliloquy? Papa Pope in Scandal. That man can do a speech, brother. That man can do a speech. So I love a good soliloquy. Raja's soliloquies, top notch. Top notch. Character rating, I'd probably give him a 6. If I'm honest, I'm not sure if I really liked the character. If I'm honest, he redeemed himself, but I don't know if the redemption redeemed the way it needed to redeem. You get? Anyway, moving on. Next character, we have Kajal as Simran Singh, the traditional romantic British Indian woman raised in a strict household who falls in love with Raj. Role in the story is exactly that. Did I like her? Yeah, man, she was cool. Most memorable moment, yeah, she does some mean looks into the distance. I literally wrote that down. Anyway, character rating, I'd give her a 6. She was a bit shaky to me too, if I'm honest. The main characters were they were cool. Anyway, Simran's family. So going into Simran's family, Amrish Puri as Chaudhry Baldev Singh. That's Simran's dad, the traditional father who values Indian culture above all. Role in the story is to do exactly that. Did I like him? Yeah, man, he was cool. Most memorable moment, I think, was that man when he's angry. Jeez, he's scary. My word. Character rating, I'd probably give him like a... Honestly, I think I liked him more than I liked Raj. Did I? I'm gonna give him like a 7. Farida Jalal as Lajwanti Laju Singh. She is Simran's affectionate, understanding mother. Role in the story was exactly to do that. Did I like her? Actually, honestly, I think she's probably my favorite character of all of them. She probably gets the highest rating. Most memorable moment as Now, the most memorable moment is actually a combo of two moments, because at the beginning, she encourages Simran in terms of like this beautiful romantic, like there's this moment where Simran describes her perfect dream man, and like her mom encourages her and like is like, yes girl, dream, think about the beautiful things, you know what I'm saying? Like really encourages her, which is crazy for a traditional Indian mother, especially in this type of character, to encourage that type of thinking in a girl, right? But then you have the alternative, which is in part 2, where she discusses the fact that she's given up so much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's given up so much for the men in her, like, it's like she's a juxtaposition. She's the embodiment of like the effects of the patriarchy, as well as, but like, you know, a modern woman. Like, it's just this nice, it's an interesting commentary. You know what I'm saying? If I was the type to do a commentary, I'd do it on her. Her character is quite interesting. Next we have Pooja Raparel Rajeshwari Chutki Singh. So that's the actress who plays Chutki Singh, which is Simran's little witty younger sister. She's one of those, you know, those zingy fun characters. Role in the story is literally just to be the zinger, you know what I'm saying? Just hit the peeps with the comments. Did I like her? Yes. I feel though that I think they didn't use her enough. I could have done more of her. Most memorable moment is, when she literally reads Simran's betrothed for filth. Like, straight up. Like, she reads what's his name? Hold on, what's his name? Kuljit. She reads Kuljit for filth. Like, she's just like, sorry, this is my name. This is how you say it. Please don't call me whatever. Like, I was like, yes, yeah, tell him. Anyway, character rating, I'm probably also, like, I think I gave mom like an 8. I'm gonna give Chutki's probably gonna get like she also gets an 8. I just wish they'd used them all. Okay, Achala Sachdev plays Simran's grandmother, the family matriarch residing in Punjab. Role in the story was missing her son and seeking, confirmation of Simran's happiness. The funny thing though is, I'm like, in terms of that, obviously this is me describing based on if you've watched the movie or not. The interesting about that is, I'm like, you want to know if she's happy, but this situation, granted she's old, so I'm also like, you know, she's like, arranged marriage is a duh, you get me? So yeah, anyway, did I like her? Yeah, I mean, she was fine. Most memorable moment, her dying scene, because she died seeing Simran as a bride. The only ting though is, I'm like, she died seeing Simran as a bride, not to the men she was ending up with. So I was also like, that wasn't as clean as it could have been, because you get me, like, her whole thing was just Simran needs to be a bride. I'm like, it would have been more impactful if she died seeing Simran as the bride to the guy she was supposed to marry. But also, this movie took a long time to get there. But we'll get to that. Okay. Who's next? Himani Shivpuri as Kamu Kaur, which is Simran's lively unmarried maternal aunt. Role in the story is to be the spinster. That was her whole job. But she's quite vibes. Like, she was a vibe. Did I like her house? Yes, I liked her. Most memorable moment, I think, is when there's a bit of a side story with her and Roger's dad. Clock it. Yappa. Yeah, clock it. There's a side story there, and I liked that for her. You know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. It was interesting. It was cool to watch. Most memorable moment was exactly that little side story between her and Roger's dad. Character rating, I'd give her a 6. Actually, maybe a 5. She just wasn't present enough. Okay, let's go into Roger's family. Roger's family literally consists of one person. Anupam Kher, which is Dharamveer Malhotra. I'm saying that wrong. Raja's liberal, extremely supportive and fun-loving father. I actually circled extremely because he really is very supportive. Raj failed, guys. He didn't fail, but like he didn't do well at school. He failed. And his dad was like, yeah, sure, go on to Eurotour, my baby. You can take over the company, you come back. I was just like, anyway. Role in the story is to honestly just be like Raj's number one cheerleader. That's his job. Did I like him? Yeah, I did. He was funny. I would give him the same as I was give the auntie. I feel like, yeah, I mean, he did some things. I'm gonna give him a 6. Most memorable moment, ironically his most memorable moment is not falling for the auntie. I think his most memorable moment is when he turned serious, because a lot of the time he was quite funny and stuff. Like he had a serious scene in there, 1 or 2 serious, like real serious scenes, and I was like, you go ahead, because this actor Anupam Kher is a brilliant actor, guys. Yo, like I watched a few serious like Bollywood movies in that time. This man can act, brother. I mean, they all can act, but like that's one, yeah, he's got it. Alright, let's talk about Kuljit's family. Now, Kuljit I did not mention because he was Simran's betrothed, and obviously we know that they don't end up together. But Kuljit's family is the family of Simran's dad's homie, who says, yo, my kids of age, your kids of age, let's get them married like we promised. Yeah. So that's who Kuljit is. Kuljit is the guy that Simran was going to marry. We know that she doesn't. Gotcha. So first we have Parmeet Sethi, who plays Kuljit Singh, which is literally Baldev's friend's arrogant son who is arranged to marry Simran. That was his role in the story, to be the second male lead. Did I like him? I don't think I was supposed to. Like, I feel like in the beginning I was fine with him. I think the thing I've always had a thing about when it comes to like romantic movies or movies where like romance is the thing, I'm always like, we don't give a lot of grace to the person who was already chosen. Do you get me? Like the person who gets left at the altar, the person who gets dumped for the person you love ultimately. You get what I'm saying? I feel like they did Kuljit a little dirty. Granted, he was a bit of a dick at the end. Not gonna lie. I was like, you deserve this, dude. Like, do you get me? Like, there were moments where I was like, dog, they did you dirty, dog. But then I was like, but then you also, you're a bit. And then there was that whole like fighting thing. I was like, Kuljit, I can't be on your team, dog. I was trying to kind of give you an argument, but now I can't. So yeah. Anyway, so as a result, it was that. Most memorable moment, the beatdown. They showed up to give Raj. Oh, guys, that's the reason I had to change my mind about defending Kuljit as a person. Cause that beatdown they gave Raj. Yo, that fight was a fight, guys. They beat and he beat. As a result, character rating 4. Satish Shah, which is Ajit Singh, which is Baldev's old childhood friend and Kuljit's father, the one that was like, yo homie, come bring your daughter, let's get them married like we promised. Role in the story was to be Kuljit's dad. Did I like him? He was like, most memorable moment, can't remember, so I guess there wasn't one. Character rating, I'd probably give him like a 3. He was there. I mean, he did have like he was a pivotal person, but I don't know he was as pivotal as like the characters I just mentioned before. Mandira Bedi as Preeti Singh. This is Kuljit Singh who secretly develops a crush on Raj. Now her like her whole role in the story was just to be like the quiet, shy younger sister who just falls for the main lead type of vibe. She's technically our second female lead, but she's not, because there isn't a second female lead technically in the storyline. But like, I liked her. Flippin', she's pretty. Oh, she's pretty. Mandira Bedi, my word, gorgeous. Anyway, did I like her? Yeah, I did. I think she was very cute. Most memorable moment is just, like I said, I think the thing I really enjoyed was just her crush. Like, it was so, it was so cute. Like how shy she was and stuff. Like her crush was just adorable. Character rating, honestly, I'm gonna give her a 7. She wasn't that she didn't do much, but I liked her. And this is my opinion. Cool. So friends and cameos. So let's go into the less effectual people. I'm not going to do as much with these guys because they were just there to do jobs. So we have Karan Johar as Rocky, Arjun Samblock as Robbie, Anaita Shroff Adajania as Sheena. So Karan Johar, Rocky and Robbie are Roger's friends on the Euro tour. Anaita Shroff Adajania is Sheena. Ah, shame. This was another friend or two. I guess they cut them. So that's Simran's friend, who also joins her on the trip. So they were cool. They did the jobs of being who they needed to be. Cast review. Favorite character, Raj's dad. Actually, I think I'm changing my mind on that. I said Raj's dad, but actually I think my favorite character was, what's her name? Yeah, actually no, Raj's dad. He's quite cool, actually. No, but who got my highest rating? Auntie. Can't remember. It is what it is. I can change my mind. Least favorite character, Simran's mom. Guys, I wrote this at a different time, but we're here now. Best acting performance. Honestly, Shah Rukh Khan killed it. He really did. That man can act, guys. Shah Rukh Khan. Best to do it, still doing it. You get me? Not best because you can't really call a goat in Bollywood like that because yay, all of them on it. Strongest supporting character, Simran's dad, because that man can also act. Yay, that man can act. Best character arc, I think, was... I said Simran's dad in my script. I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm going to say Simran's mom. Overall character score for all of them, I'm going to give them all an 8 type of vibe. And I say this just because, like, I feel like every single character served their purpose and their role. Like, there wasn't... I don't think anybody was a waste of a character. Everybody did what they came to do and served the purpose of the storyline the way they were supposed to. Alright, now songs and music. This is a whole thing, right? Because with songs and music, like when it comes to Bollywood movies, you need to understand that the songs are a character of their own. They get their own vibe. Okay, so let me just go ahead and give you a little bit of what's going on with the songs. Now, my song rating, so combined song runtime. So I also just want to, for the people who are watching and wanting to save time, the songs take up 38 minutes of the movie. So about, if it's 3 hours, a tenth of the movie is songs, which is about, it's 20%, 21%. I actually made the AI calculate the percentage. There are 7 songs in total. Some of them do get a reprise. I do want that noted because I feel like that might not be like mentioned in what was going on here. Now, each song had its own stuff going on that was important. You get what I'm saying? First one, okay, I'm just going to give you my song ratings and then we're going to jump into each song. So, the order of the songs that I was like, oh, you know what? So, I think my best song was number 4, Teja Dekato. Tuje Dekato. I like that song. The one where Raj shows up in India. Shame. Song is nice. Of the songs, that was my number 1. That's the one that got a 10 out of 10 for me. Favorite moments in the song is the black outfits with Raj and Simran in the sequence. Nice. But it's the song that plays the little like future together. I just like that song, right? It was a vibe. Would I listen to the song outside of? Yes, and I have many times. One of the main core memories about this movie that I know that it might actually not be about the movie. It might just be that I have the songs in my playlists because I listen to the music independent of the movies a lot of it. Okay, so that was my number 1. My second one was Mendi Laga Ke Rakna, which I gave a 9 out of 10. What happens in the song is it's a song sang by Raj at Simran's engagement to Kuljit. It's very messy. But good song. Good song. Favorite moment in the song, the voices. Also, so during my Bollywood phase, I was absolutely in love with one of the voices, and one of those voices is the best to do it, Sonu Nigam. Yo! Guys, you wanna hear a nice Bollywood movie? Pull up the name Sonu Nigam and enjoy. That man has sung some of the hittiest of hits. The Bollywood greats, the classics, that man sang them. I saw him live, my brother. And I danced through the whole concert. It's the best. It's the best. Oh, flip, I love Sonu Nigam. I love Sonu Nigam so much. Oh my gosh. I'm a fan girl. Oh, I would watch Sonu Nigam again. Whoa. Any day, bruh. If someone was like, let's go to a Sonu Nigam concert, I'm there. Don't ask me questions, I'm there. Anyway, so favorite moment is the voices, yes, because Sonu Nigam, duh. I can recognize his voice, like, without even thinking about it. Because actually, I think I did. Would I listen to the song outside of this movie? Yes, I would. Okay, so that was my number 2. Number 3 was number 6, which is Mere Kabon Me. What happens in the song? Can't remember. I didn't write it down. Anyway, I gave the song an 8 out of 10. And I think... I do. There we go. Okay, yeah, the song is literally just Raj being rich. And Simran singing about her dream man. I gave the song an 8 out of 10 because arguably the most popular song to me. I sang along. And most memorable moment of the song is him chasing after the plane for no reason. Because because the makers of the movie were like, let's just spend money. Because really, what was that scene? Other than let's spend money. Truly. Other than let's spend money. Anyway. Oh, I had a side note. Oh yes, so like, I already mentioned that, but I was like, the way she is talking in the song, like, I'm so confused at how her mom was just out here just encouraging this, because this is so far from what a conservative thinking would be. But yeah, anyway, to answer the question, would I listen to the song again? Yeah, props for nostalgia. Okay, going back to next song. So Mere Kabon Me was number 6. Number 1. The first. Oh yes. Okay. The next song in the rankings is Gar Aja Pardesi. Now the thing about this song is that I think it plays 2 times during the course of the movie. What happens during the song? It's the flashback to Punjab that Simran's dad has type of vibe, and then it comes. I think this song is referenced in Veer Zara, the movie, which also impeccable, so good. I think it's referenced in Veer Zara. I think because it sounded like I've heard this song before, type vibe. So I think so. Anyway, so I gave it an 8 out of 10 because it took me to Veer Zara. I don't think it's because of the song in this movie. I think it's because of the Veer Zara reference. Even though Veer Zara is a newer movie to this movie. But granted, that's a lot of what happens. Actually, I feel like it happens in all forms of wood, Nollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood, where people reference old movies. But the thing about Bollywood though is because it's so ingrained and so like people like genuinely love their movies and they're part of like kind of like their history and their culture, a reference is like, you know, like an ode type of thing. So I think it was an ode to this movie in Veer Zara, I think. So that being said, that's why it was number 4 on my rankings. Number 5 on my rankings was number 3, which is Rukcha Dil Divana. Rukcha Dil Divana. Oh yes. So Rukcha Dil Divana, what happens in the song? So during the song, this is when Simran gets jealous of Raj hitting on her friend Sheena. I think, yeah, it's Sheena. And then like she, you know, and Raj is like, I can play the piano, I can sing, hana hana. And then Simran's like, to embarrass him, like introduces him to the party and says, hey, this man can sing. And then he embarrasses her back and sings. Song rating, I would give it a 7. Favorite moment in the song is when the waiters drink the wine. Because I was like, why? But yeah, the waiters drink the wine. Like, obviously they're background dancers, whatever. But I was just like, what was the purpose of that exercise other than to drink wine? Yeah, we're just looking for an opportunity. And I'm here for it. Okay. Would I listen to it outside of the movie? Honestly, nah. Because they were real hits from this movie, bro. Truly. Real hits. Yeah. Nah. Okay, so that's number 5 in the rankings. Number 6 in the rankings is number 7. Ho Gaya Hai Tujhko To Pyar Sachna. What happens in this movie is when Simran and Raj say goodbye at the London station, she asks for his address. He says, I want to come. Okay, I can't remember. But anyway, she asks for his address and he says no, I think. From what I remember. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, the movie was 6. I mean, the rating out of 10, I gave it a 6. Favorite moment in the song? Can't remember. I mean, this is the song where they realize they fell in love with each other. So, actually, I think, no, Raj realizes he fell in love with her earlier. She realizes she fell in love with him around about now. So, would I listen to it outside of the movie? No. I didn't even bother to answer the question. That's awkward. Anyway. Okay, so that's number 7. And then last, the song that got the least ranking out of all of them. Zara Sa Jum Lun Me. Okay, what happens in this one? Oh yeah, this is the song where Simran gets lit on cognac and drives Raj crazy all over town in a red dress cause lit. Also, I asked myself, how long does this girl stay drunk, by the way? It's fun reading a script you wrote a while ago, hey? Because you're just like, what was I thinking? Anyway. So, yeah, anyway, ranking for the song was 5 out of 10. Favorite moment of the song was the dress. That dress was bad. Would I listen to it? No. It's telling the truth. Okay, so, music awards, everybody. Best song, I would give to number 4, my number 1 in the ranking. Most emotional song was song number 1. Okay, so actually, let me say, best song is Tujhe Dekha To. Most emotional song is Kar Aja Perdesi. Best dance number was Rukja U Dil Divana or Dil Divana. Most visual song, going back to number 1, my number 1, Tujhe Dekha To. Most replayable song, ironically, is number 5, which is Mendi Laga Ke Rakna, because yeah, it's a banger. Also, and then weakest song was my least favorite song, which was number 2, Zara Sa Jum Lun Me. Again, pronunciation, I apologize. Music verdict. Did the songs help the story? Yes, but they were long. Oh, were they long. Did the songs feel unnecessary? Did any of the songs feel unnecessary? No. There is a replay there that I'm like, but it felt like it fit into the story. Overall song ranking, honestly, I'll give them an 8. And they were carried mostly by my 2 favorites, because there was a 10 in that group. Okay, now, the last little bits that I feel like I need to share with you guys. Yeah, this is not important, so. Yeah, I think my key takeaways from this movie. Do I want to do fun facts and stuff? Maybe let's do fun facts before we do my key takeaways. Okay, so a couple of fun facts about the movie. So cultural discovery corner. So one of the things I did actually want to do is I wanted to go back and talk about the things I learned about Indian culture as a result of watching the movie, because I am not Indian in any format. So, what did I learn? Why was I here? Was I just here to entertain myself, or did I learn something? Get me? So I answered a couple questions. One of them was, what traditions appeared? What is that chant? Fasting. Flip. I don't know if I wrote this right. Koviwa chant. So fasting for the health of your husband until the moon appears. I don't think I wrote that correctly, but yeah. So the fast that you do for your husband until the moon appears, or your beloved until the moon appears. I've seen that a couple times in movies. It's actually quite romantic and beautiful. Any wedding customs? There was choosing an auspicious day for the wedding with the priest. So that's a thing. Any food I noticed, the sweet meats. Oh, guys, I haven't had a good gulab jam in a while. It's my favorite sweet meat, by the way. Money. I wonder if I can order them. I feel like they come in a tin. I'll put that on the list because, guys, when I say I can eat, and I have eaten like 5 of them back to back. A jumbo. Don't leave me alone in a room with a jumbo. Not the coconut ones though. Please take me serious. Not the coconut ones. Huh? Gulab jam without the coconut. I understand that the coconut, not the coconut. But like, leave me in a room with gulab jam by itself. It's happened before. One of my best friends left me in a room with gulab jam and I ate like 5. While I was supposed to be helping her prep them. Back to back. Without even thinking about it. They're so good. Also, she added a little something that made it creamy. Like, I was just like, girl, this is delicious. Anyway, so yeah. Any clothing that I think stood out? I think the contrast between Simran's generation and her parents' generation is quite interesting. Anything else? I think that's it. I think the biggest thing that this movie taught me about India was just, I don't know if it taught me anything like huge about India that I didn't already know, if I'm honest with you. I think it was more reminding me of things, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to be asking these questions of myself every time. There's a couple of them in this question section. Okay, so fun facts and behind the scenes, a couple things that if you do want to know a little bit of fun facts about the movie. Let's see, the budget was 4 crore. I don't know what crore is. But what it grossed at the box office, because I forgot to convert that, but 102 crore is equivalent. Oh, okay, so it's about $4 million. Yeah. So 102 million dollars international initial worldwide gross. Indian box office, it earned roughly just under that. It was the highest grossing Bollywood film in 1995. Overseas box office, it actually raked in quite a bit, about 4.8 million, which is a lot. And that's the reason it's one of those movies that's known as like an international, like if you're going to talk Bollywood, you need to talk about DDLJ. Awards it won the National Film Awards, it won 10 Filmfare Awards, Best Film to Yash Chopra, Best Director to Aditya Chopra, Best Actor to Shah Rukh Khan, Best Actress to Kajol, Best Supporting Actress to Farida Jalal, Best Comedian to Anupam Kher, Best Lyricist to Anand Bakshi for Tujhe Dekha To, Clock. Best Male Playback Singer to Udit Narayan for Mendi Laga Ke Rakna, Best Screenplay, Best Dialogue. So yeah, I just raked in the awards. Interesting production facts. The crew's proposal. So Aditya Chopra initially envisioned a cross-cultural romance wanting to approach Tom Cruise for the lead role of Raj Malhotra. But Yash Chopra actually said, don't do that. Keep it Indian-centric. Tom Cruise was supposed to be in this movie. Who knew? The rejection. Saif Ali Khan was officially offered the role of Raj first, but he turned it down. Shah Rukh Khan was also highly hesitant initially, as he preferred doing dark anti-hero movies like Dar and Bazigar over romantic roles. Imagine. And then look at here we are. Okay, the antagonist pivot. The aggressive role of Kuljit was originally offered to Arman Kohli. Actor Parmiteti went out of his way to buy boots and vests to audition specifically for it, completely winning over the director. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Fast writing. Debutante director Aditya Chopra completed the entire script of DDLJ in a swift span of 3 to 4 weeks. Damn! Come on! Filming challenges. Swiss free. So it was in Switzerland, I was right. Iconic outdoor song sequences in Switzerland required shooting in sub-zero temperatures. Kajol had to shoot Zara Sa Jumlunme wearing thin, short green dress while navigating real snow and freezing winds. Makes sense, because I was also like, so all just singing Maris Code. Okay. Mustard Field Logistics. The iconic Tuje Deka tour sequence was shot in Gurgaon, Haryana. Hey guys, my pronunciation will get better. The crew faced massive crowd control issues as thousands of local villagers lined up daily to see Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol stalling the schedule multiple times. Duh, because they were already famous by then, I think. Yeah, they were already famous by then. Okay, famous behind the scenes stories. The unscripted drop. In the closing moments of the song Ruk Ja Ul Dil Divana, Raj drops Simran on the floor. Aditya secretly instructed Sharik to drop Kajol without telling her beforehand so she would look genuine shock and scream on the screen. Would be 100% real. Ha! Choreographer clash. Legendary choreographer Saruj Khan had creative differences with Aditya Chopra during early schedules. She was abruptly replaced at the last minute with Farah Khan, which served as a massive early break for Farah's career because Farah Khan is amazing. She does a lot. Okay, leather jacket. The black leather jacket worn by Shah Rukh Khan throughout the film was bought at a Harley Davidson store in London by actor Uday Chopra for roughly $400. Any industry impact the movie had, the NRI blueprint. DDLJ completely revolutionized how the Indian diaspora, non-resident Indians, were portrayed. Instead of being westernized villains who lost their culture, NRIs are shown as heroes who maintain deep Indian core values, Dilwale, permanently shifting Bollywood's global marketing focus to international audiences. Tourist boom. The film single-handedly turned Switzerland into the ultimate dream vacation destination for millions of middle-class Indians, fundamentally transferring European holiday tour packages forever. By the way, I didn't read these. As you can tell, I'm also here with you. Unprecedented longevity. DDLJ holds the undisputed world record for the longest running film in theatrical history. It has been screened daily at Maratha Mandir Theatre in Mumbai for 30 consecutive years. Yeah, it's good enough. Makes sense. Okay, so I guess the last thing before I give you guys my... Oh yeah, these are actually my thoughts. Okay, so teenage Tracy score. So obviously we're doing teenage Tracy versus adult Tracy. Teenage Tracy score. She gave the movie a 9 from what I remember. I think she really enjoyed it. Also, I think I was so into the culture at the time. I was just like, the fact that I was watching this movie was like me like coming of age. Adult Tracy would give it an 8 because I'm like, why are the scores different? If I'm honest, I'm grown and I've watched a lot more content since, if I'm honest, and that's pretty much it. Nostalgia score, I'd give it a 10. Pure enjoyment, I'd give it a 7. Bollywood energy, like that magic that that movie gives, I'll give it a 10 because it's a classic. I can't argue with it being a classic. How much I liked it is up to me, but whether it's a classic or not, that's not an argument. Yeah, I think that's us. Final thoughts on the movie now that I've watched DDLJ. Honestly, guys, it's worth the watch. It's really enjoyable, and I really enjoyed watching it again, man. It tickled me. I had a great time. It was fun. I truly do think that I'm a little bit more jaded than I was when I watched it the first time around. So I don't think but that's just me being older type of vibe. I've seen a lot more life than back then, even though I don't look like I have. Anyway, sorry. I don't know why that was a thing. Anyway, that being said, everybody, thank you for sitting through that. I quite enjoyed doing it. And yeah, that wasn't as scary as I expected it to be. My script was so long that I was worried it would take me forever, and it didn't take me forever. So just goes to show, guys. What if it all works out? Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening to a potential podcast with Tracy. I pray this podcast and I live up to our potential. Okay, love you. Bye.